Hi guys, my name's Matt. I'm from Traveling Matt. So I just want to talk about 10 points, basic points really, about car camping. I'll see you shortly. So welcome back. So first of all, let me just get into this because I wanted to do this video because I haven't seen a video done like this, a blatant about car camping, the do's and don'ts. I've seen a couple mixed into certain videos, but I just wanted to kind of tell you guys roughly if you're starting out, like me, if you're starting out doing this and you have an interest in it, or you're looking to try it out, or you're really passionate about it, this I hope would help. And anyone who's a seasonal car camper or a caravaner sees this, and if there's any other points you want me to raise, I want to do another video based on this. Can you leave some comments below? It's not me criticizing. It's just I would love to get your experience about your journey, so we can help other people, obviously following in our footsteps. If that makes sense, because we're all from the same community, aren't we? So first of all, I wish someone done a video like this when I first started out. So anyway, first of all, I'd done car camping once before, and it was overnight, and that went really well. I chose the place. I know the place quite well. It was in Brighton, so I know the place really quite well. I knew there's that location. I knew about obviously prices and so on and so forth. But there is a change I will point out later on. So the other point I wanted to point out to you as well is that I literally done my first two-nighter the other day, and I just came back this morning. Yeah. So I've slept kind of good, and I just want to just kind of point out while it's fresh in my mind, and I've got my notepad here. I wanted to give you guys. So if this sounds like a tutorial, I don't mean it to be, but I think it's the best way I can get it across, and hopefully it will help you guys. And if you got any comments, please leave it below if I've missed out anything, because I want it to kind of be like a little social gathering so people can add and share ideas and stuff for our community. And we are a community. It's interesting. I was called a nomad the other day. She's like, if anyone don't know what a nomad is, it's someone who moves around a lot. And in my lifetime, I've moved 7 times, but houses, not as in places obviously, but not as in cars and stuff. So the longest place I've been, this is the second longest place I've been. Obviously, when I was with my boy's mum, I was there for 20 years. And this one, I've been there 12. So anyway, which leads me on to why I'm doing what I'm doing. So let's get into this. First of all, serve your head about the Giant Scoop van in the background because I got the door open, but it is what it is. It is what it is. With me and Traveling Matt, I'm just raw as they come. So as I go through, I'll be talking about my own experiences as well, yeah. And on top of that, I'll also be going down through a list, which I've got on a pad here. I've tried to put in as much as I remember before and after. And the stuff still, I might do another video that's coming to mind as I've just finished this while it's still raw in my mind. So let me jump on it. Let me jump into this right now. Okay. First of all, I don't know why someone's in fireworks now, you know. It's like broad daylight and they got fireworks going off. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. That's going to come into why I'm doing car camping. Anyway, number one, work out where you're going. Simple as. You think that is as simple as. It will tie in later on when I start talking to you. Work out where you're going. Find out where you want to go, whether it's somewhere new, somewhere you've been before, somewhere you've been on a trip to and you want to experience the place, and you know, like, where you want to stay roughly. I'll talk about it in a minute. But work out where you want to go. That is key. And then just do it. Next one is book or go and see the place before you go and do anything else. So important. I'm telling you, so friggin' important. When, for example, let me say Brighton, right? I'll tell you my story with Brighton quickly. When I went to Brighton, and I say my first trip, that was about a month ago, right? I was overnight. So I went during the week because I was on holiday. from work. I work full time. So I was on holiday for me. I thought, let me go and try it while I've got blah, 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 time off. So I went to Brighton, stayed overnight. It was cool. It was during the week. It was bliss. Woke up, sea crashing, other campers there, and it was bliss. Yeah, coolio. 2, let's say goodbye. I decided to get a weekend. Forgetting Brighton is a capital of Partyville, right? It's like Las Vegas. And I decided to go, let me go and check out where I'll be staying. I knew the place, I knew the car park, I knew I didn't want to pay to park. And I thought, coolio, I'll park there. Realizing down the end of the road is a nightclub. And then I was like, okay. So only because I realized it was a nightclub there, when I drove past, saw bouncers outside, and I meant to talk to them and said, yo, what's the deal? You know, what's the bar? He goes, no, it's a nightclub. I was like, forget that for bag and chips. So you know, you're not going to stay there. What is the point? Yeah. So plan. If you're going to go and pay to park, go to a campsite. Make sure they got the amenities. That's what I'm going to start be doing. And I don't want to do. I'm really going to do stealth camping. I'll explain that in a minute. So let me explain that before I forget. Still camping is literally you can park down a road somewhere or in a car park somewhere and black out your windows and nobody knows you're in the car. So you like live like kind of like a nomad in this car and nobody knows you're there. That's the thrill of being caught. Some people do that. That's down to them. I don't mind doing it. I've done it once. That was before, but however, anyway, it's not catfish. The other thing is, if you want to go somewhere and you want to get away from your life and you want to relax, there's a campsite, right? So you can go on a campsite. These kinds of rules and regulations to a degree, whether you have, if you've got a SUV and you've got like a camper thing at the back, you can pick them up between 60 to 100 and 200 quid. It's worth doing. I haven't got one yet, so I've got to get that. There's ice cream van again. So there's that. Always cool. You can just go there and crash in your car. Some places are pretty cool. But phone them up and go and see the site. Before you go off gallivanting, climbing mountains, doing trails, make sure you check out where you'll be staying the night. That's so important, yeah? So that is key. That is one of the key things. I know people say, well, obviously, but you'd be surprised the amount of people I know don't do that, So yeah, make sure you go and check out where you're going to be. So the other part is well, this is point 3. Well, I had my pen because I've got to make sure I'm staying on track. Point 3, make sure you know what kind of, which I mentioned earlier, what kind of camping you'd be doing. Whether it's stealth camping, which I mentioned earlier, which is staying in your car unseen, or that's where you get stealth for a minute. Or you're doing a campsite, go campsite, what you mentioned earlier again, or you get into a car park. Similar to stealth camping, with car parks, you need to make sure that the ground is flat, flat's ground. Make sure the ground is flat, so when you're sleeping, you'd be surprised. And also make sure you can park there, right? And there's also a good app called Park for Night. Download it. It's really, really, really important. It's a good web app to live by. It's not kind of like a Bible in a way for camping. So if you're staying in the car park, make sure that make sure it's overnight, because you don't want to get that doot knock in the middle of the night and wake you up and move you on, or even get a fine, because you can get a fine sometimes, especially your local councils. Next one is plan how many days you're going, right? And the other point is, why are you going for those days? Yeah. If you're just going there, like if you're going to a campsite, you're just going there just to chill out for the weekend, going Friday, come back Sunday, going Friday, come back Monday. Make sure you know why are you going to go there and then go tour about the place. This also helps when you're telling the campsite why you're there. And also they know who you are and what you're doing, so they can keep an eye on you, make sure you're okay. Another thing as well is it helps you mentally, emotionally, that if you know you're going there for a particular reason, whether you're going to stealth camp, you then make precautions and you're set up in how your car or your van, whatever, is going to be like. So it makes a lot of difference. Look, I'm not talking like I'm seasonal professional. I'm not. As I said, I'm talking from having my own experience. Listen to all these, watching these videos, the YouTubers, and so on and so forth. and other people I've known who've done it, and then I've like gone out and done it myself, and it's raw in my mind and in my spirit. That's why. And I do this for my own particular reasons. So find out your reason why. I'm going to come back to that later on, and I'll explain why later. Next one is make sure you tell someone where you're going for safety reasons, also motivational reasons. This goes back to your why, what I mentioned there just a minute ago. Make sure that you tell someone if you're self camping, especially if you're stealth camping, or you're in a car park, and if you're going to caravan site, let them know where you're going and that you're there, you're safe, so they know where you are. Check in. It's not them being any way about it. It's just make sure you're safe. They also, listen, sometimes it can get tough, right? There's unforeseen things happen during the day, like with me over the last 2 days. And I wanted to just give up, right? But I had friends I phoned or a message, or they were saying how proud they are of me. So I've been saying this for months. I wanted to do this. And one of my friends does camping, but used to do camping, but it's from that background. And they were really, 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 really supportive and really motivated me when I wanted to go, oh, this is crap, this is shit, I want to just go. And they're like, no, I'm really proud of you. I know you can do this. Anyway, by the evening, right, and when I got into bed, I'm telling you, I had a duvet, even though it was already warm that day. I made sure I had a duvet, and I'm telling you, guys, it was bliss. It was really, when you see these YouTubers and they get into their beds and they're sitting again, oh, I get the feeling. I get it now. I get that feeling. I get why they say it, because I think after all your day, shit happens. Some things they probably don't even record and tell you about happens. Sometimes some YouTubers have it all like light and fluffy, and it's really lovely and it's all perfect nature, and they have the drone flying. Listen, shit happens, man. Traffic, people cutting you up, people rude, and you being not too well. And preparation, I'll explain that again later in a minute, is important. So make sure you have someone you can check in with, right? So they can help you with your why, especially if that's something you want to do, but you just need a bit of motivation and support until you get used to it. The other point is make sure you do it as much as you can. Like anything, it's like a muscle. You exercise it, it will get stronger and tougher. Second thing is you you're gonna go, well, obviously. No, you don't ever think about this. Toilet situation, right? Peeing, especially if you're female. Male, you're kind of alright. Make sure there is somewhere you can go toilet, especially at number two. If you're stealth parking, right, there won't be a public toilet because you know this country shuts things down. You may have to make precautions. A bucket in a bag or whatever. There's also, you can get in Boots and places like that, things you can pee into, but I didn't get rid of later on. But we do it is what it is. You need to talk about it, and you need to be prepared for it, because you're going to probably one day have something to eat and your belly is not right, or you just want to just go and it's middle of the night, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and you're like, I want to do number two. What are you going to do? What, are you going to hold it? Oh, please relieve yourself. You know, if you're in a campsite, all good, all cushy. If not, plan just in case. Better to be safe than sorry. Remember that line. Better to be safe and sorry. I'm gonna put it up here. Better to be safe than sorry. And then it's about having an experience, right, and enjoying it. The next one. Let me just say about the last one. Make sure you plan, or you will plan to fail. Right, that's key. I go by this all the time in life. Make sure you plan, or you plan to fail. Point 7 is make sure you prepare for all weathers. Right, especially in the UK, right? If you're in some other country, warm country, you're kind of all right. But if you're in the UK, you know it changes like season. And I remember my friend says, no disrespect to women, my mate goes, this country, this weather changes like women's minds, right? And I think that's really stupid. But I know a lot of guys whose minds change like the weather as well, so that's a bit crap actually. Anyway, so make sure you plan for those weathers, right? I always pack a coat, right? I know you may sound stupid, it's summer, but you don't know, it may dip, right, and get cold. At least you're prepared. Shorts, jeans you're pretty much safe with, because you can kind of, if you need to go somewhere, you kind of covered because you've got there can be smart ones, and yeah, that's really key. So prepare for the weathers. This is my second point, which a lot of people, especially myself, didn't think about, and this is only a comment which one YouTuber said by chance that I thought, that's a good idea. Didn't even say it, but just was aware of it. If you're going somewhere, right, and you're in a car, let's say you're in your car camping, right? So there's four, like what, 5 seats, and you're good at both seats down. And you go and you got your bed in there, right? And then you're walking all day, yeah, walking all day. Da, 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 da. What happens to your feet? What happens to your shoes? Bring a double plastic bag. Trust me, you're gonna thank me for this. A double plastic bag to put them trainers or those shoes in, because they will stink at your cabin. Trust me, and you be like, trust me, you be warned. So double plastic bag. It's worth going to the shop and just buying them if you have to. Other thing is well to want to talk about, which I haven't written down, but when you are sleeping, in order so you don't get condensation, have a little crack in the window. Don't crack the window. Don't break it. Have a crack. The window's down. You can get those covers which go over the windows, and it keeps out the rain as well. Don't do like me. I done it, and I done enough that I could get in there, but I wanted a bit more because it was nice and warm that day. Then it decided, told you about the weather, then it decides to rain. What happens? Rain starts coming in, innit? Because it was a bit lower than the cover. And so I had to get up at 1 in the morning, climb out everything, and just be plan. If you don't plan, you plan to fail. That's what I'm talking about. Little things like that. The other one, which I haven't heard, this is number 9. No one told me this, but they've said it in passing, right? And you may hear YouTubers say, "Oh, good, there's other campers here." That's really key, especially the big caravans, right? Because these guys know they're seasonal caravan. I'm talking to you guys when I'm saying, the big guys, you've been doing this for years. If there's anything I missed out, can you leave comments in the comments below or reach out to me? I'd like to keep updating this if I can, because they tell you, and I'll tell you why. Because you remember I told you to Brighton the first time, and I parked near the pier, right? Loads of caravans there. I was like, yeah, I'm with my homies, man. We're gonna be loving it. Got a chance to some of them. It was all good. It was all good in the hood. Second time I went there the weekend, it was 2. I mean, it was 8 before. It was 2. So as I entered Brighton, I noticed there's loads of caravans. No, I was leaving Brighton, going somewhere, Crawley, I think it was. And I saw loads of caravans parked just at the entrance of Brighton. What the fuck they parked there for? But weird. Anyway, so I drove to the go thingy. Remember I told you about the nightclub? Oh, that's all right. It's a long stretch of beach. It ain't going to affect me. Found a spot, rested, just prepared. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so that's my other point I want to make. Make sure you check your memory on and batteries in your equipment is ready for whatever you're doing, because it will go pear-shaped. So I was talking about making out what campers are doing. If there's a group of campers in a particular area, nothing wrong going up to them and going, "Hi, how you doing?" Da, 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 as I did. And they more than likely will go to you, "Yeah, don't go this place, don't go that place." And again, there's pay for view, for view, Park for Night. That's another good app to download. So, and again, talk to the other campers. They ain't gonna bite your head off. They're a really quite nice bunch, and they probably started exactly where you did and where I have. And most of the people, I don't remember one being really rude or disrespectful, and they love to tell a story. They love to tell a story. And finally, number 10, which is probably not self-explanatory, but is key. Why are you doing it? You need to understand why. What is your why? Why are you going to go and put a bed in a car to stay in a random place? That's not normal, right? It's true, right? So, and don't tell people. If you're doing it, tell people you can trust because you want them to motivate you. Because remember, anything new, these people are going to be gel and they'll try and put you off. Then it'll be one of them things you'll be going for years and years and years. I wanted to go camping back in 2006, right? Camping, Lake District and so on. Wanted to take my kids. My kids were like, they don't want to go. So I just put it on layaway and just left it, South American layaway, put it on the back burner, life happens and so on. My son goes away, he loves it. And I said, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to take you guys camping, but you don't want to go. So now, thank God, I love him to bits. He got me my stove. So he's adding to it. And he's also, my next one I'm doing, I'll be going to, as a gift to me. He's sorting it out so I can stay in the caravan site. With me, I decided because I've done stealth camping in a way already. It's not my thing. I may do it now and then if I want to be a bit rebelly, rebel without a cause. But predominantly, I want to go to a campsite with amenities. I tell you for why. Why me personally? Why I have to. It's no matter whether I don't want to or I have to. Whatever it is, because I have to. Because I got a heart condition and I pass water a lot as you live, so I need to be close to amenities. So that's my thing. Even at work, I have to think about that aspect of my life. But I'm not letting it stop me from doing what I want to do in life, and that's my why, right? Because I'm still healthy, thank God, and I still enjoy it. My why, right? My why is there's several things, but I'll share some with you. My why is because I want to be independent and be back in nature and get closer to God's creation. I'm very spiritual. I also want to when I'm out there, I'm gonna want to do meditation. So you see my videos, I can start doing meditation or talking about spiritual stuff. I'm not preaching, it's just sharing my thing and looking at the world, nature in a different view than I think most people would. You know, coming from a spiritual background, and what I do is that. My other point is that I'm studying to be a counseling psychologist. So once I graduate, I have one of my goals in life is to get a decent size, not massive, caravan or camper, not big, just me, and then just travel around and do my work from my van and give up this house, this flat, you know. And my kids like looked at me for what the fuck, and I was like, what am I here for? Why am I? I haven't got no children. My children are all grown up. My friends are moving away. My kids have moved away. Why am I stuck here for? Yeah, I got my job. But as again, I said, when I graduate, which instead of me doing 6 years, I'm going to do 3. Why am I? Why? This is my own personal thing. Why am I saying it? You may feel the same thing. Same reason. I was talking to this guy the other day, and he said that he had a job as a manager, right, a finance manager, and he hated every day. These is his words. He hated every day as a finance manager. He loved maths and all the rest of it. Anyway, long story short, he turned around and he put up with it until he could afford to buy like a camper van and then upgrade it and then make sure that he can do become an accountant so he can then do things online for people. So he's still done what he needed to do. Didn't like being stuck in the office. He loved numbers, so he was a trained accountant, so he can do books for people. He's loving life. He's loving life. His condition, he had, I think he had severe depression. He's lifted because he's moved out from where he moved out. I'm not saying everyone give up yourself and move out, but it's like for him, I think he made the steps. He had a goal in life, and this is what's important. I'm not going to be here preaching to you, but I'm just saying this is my thing. So the other thing as well, when you're going out, the why as well is when you're phoning back and you're struggling in the early days, and say it's your best friend or your mate or whatever, or your family members, um, they get them to remind you, because you will forget, because shit happens when you're out. I'm sorry to be blunt, but shit does happen, right? People cutting you up on the road, you're getting pissed off with people on the road, realizing that, oh, I'll just buy stuff when I'm out, and you realize how much it costs when you're out. And trust me, um, making sandwiches or whatever, or pasta or whatever food, yeah, or making your food, um, is so cost effective, so fucking cost effective. So frustrating, but it is. And I purposely tried both, and I realized how important it was. I decided to make sandwiches for like during the day, bring fruit with me, put it in the Tupperware box, make sure it was secured. And no matter where I turned in my car, it was getting my nose. It was just there. But so I decided to do what I did with the kids. I started to put it into it. It was only out for the day. And so I decided to just do that. And I was there for the night. So the following day, I was going to get breakfast to come home. So I just could take bags or put it in a bag which I could dispose of in recycling. For me as well, I'm getting really more into recycling, more into climate change and saving the planet. Don't worry, I'm not going to climb a tree or anything like that. Nothing wrong with that anyway. But I'm trying to do my bit, and I've been doing my bit for years. But yeah, yeah. And remember, your why is what's going to drive you to do this and give you purpose. Give you purpose. It will give you purpose. Trust me, give you purpose. So I hope that's helped. 10 points with Sharappa is going on forever and you're thinking, shut the hell up. And seasonal guys, not seasonal guys who have the experience, guys or girls, sorry, who have the experience, who've done it for years. Comment below, please comment below. We need your expertise. We need your guidance. I need your bloody guidance. And then I'll put into a portfolio and I'll put out on videos and stuff. So, and if you guys want to do one yourself, do it yourself. I love to watch it because your own hints and tips. Because I think caravanners and van for life people and car campers should do more videos about the cock ups and the mess ups and the things that have gone wrong and the impacts if you don't plan, you plan to fail. So if you everything done, you're gusty. But let me just say something. I end it on this. It's a positive note, by the way. These are positive points, right? Because I'm trying to help. This is my final positive point. When I finally settled and it was about 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I have got an SUV. I got a Hyundai Tucson or Tucson, whatever you want to call it. And the double seats I put downstairs, I put the bed. The single seater, I sat in the back and I put the windows down and had my phone on my bed as I was watching YouTube and stuff. And my seats can recline. So I reclined the seats and I was just like, man, this is it. The other thing my other thing is as well, is like do trial runs of your days as well. Some people do it in their garden, some people do it on their driveways, Some people even do it indoors, I think you're like, okay. But there's nothing better. Or even if you're doing stealth parking, my friend did this, drove up a couple of roads roughly where he knows, so he's not far from home, and stealth parked there. No one knew his car, so he just stealth parked there and then come out. But he parked where it was like a beauty spot, so when you got up in the morning, he still had that naturey kind of feel, but he still was quite close to where he lives. And I think that's a really good idea. So, people, if you've got any comments, comment below. Please, with sugar on top, and because even though sugar's bad for you, like, share, and subscribe. If you could donate, I'll be more than happy. And don't forget about the notification bell, like a ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, and let you know when I've uploaded videos, and summer's coming, and I'm going to try and be out a lot more. It's great for mental health, great for physical health. Now, the other point, sorry, before I go, the other point is take note of your size. I'm 18 stone and I'm losing. I used to be, I put on a lot of weight due to my condition. So I need to lose a lot more weight. So this is being key for me. And I've noticed a difference. I'm not afraid to talk about my size. It is what it is. I don't really give a shit. People want to comment on it. It just goes, how stupid they are if they make stupid, rude comments. Anyway, but is that when I'm not saying if you're a big person that you can't do it, but be mindful and prepare for that. Because I know how stressful it can be. When you're a lot slimmer, it's easier. And look, I'm not being disrespectful. It's a fucking fact, isn't it? I mean, if you're slimmer and you're in a smaller confined space, it's gonna be easier to move around. If you're bigger and you're in a confined space, it's gonna be tougher. So I'm only pointing out the others which other idiots won't tell, or other people won't tell you. But I'm not being disrespectful. I'm a big guy. So I made sure that I had enough room and bought the bare essentials. So I hope that's helped. And yeah, and I'll see you on my next video. God bless, and I'll see you soon. Take care.